Hello everyone! Today we are visiting Goa Selarong, a historic place in Yogyakarta. This cave is quiet and beautiful, but it has an important story. Long ago, this place used by Prince Diponegoro during his struggle. In this video, we will explore the cave, learn its history, and see why Goa Selarong is special.
Hidden among green hills in Bantul, Yogyakarta, there is a quiet historical place known as Goa Selarong. At first glance, this place feels calm and simple. There are no tall buildings, no loud attractions, only stone paths, trees, and the sound of nature. Goa Selarong is located about 12 kilometers southwest of Yogyakarta city center. The journey from the city usually takes around 30 to 40 minutes. As the road moves farther away from the city, the surroundings begin to change. From the entrance, the journey continues on foot. To reach Goa Selarong, visitors must climb a long path of stone stairs. The stairs rise slowly into the hills. They are surrounded by limestone rocks and green trees. Some parts of the path feel shaded, other parts open to the sky. Step by step, the climb encourages visitors to slow down. This is not a place to rush. The path itself prepares visitors for the place ahead. As the stairs go higher, the view begins to change. The land below feels further away. The surroundings feel more isolated. This location was not chosen by chance. Goa Selarong stands on a hill, slightly hidden from the main road below. From this higher ground, the surrounding area can be observed clearly. In the past, this position was very important. The hill provided distance and protection. It was difficult to reach quickly. It was easy to defend. As visitors moved deeper into the area, another natural element becomes part of the experience. Near the Goa, there is a small waterfall. Water flows gently down the rocks, creating a soft and steady sound. The sound of falling water blends with the wind and the trees. This waterfall adds life to the calm surroundings. It brings freshness to the air. It cools the area around it. Because of its historical value, visitors are expected to behave with care and respect. Goa Selarong is not only a natural site, it is also a place of memory. Visitors are encouraged to walk slowly and stay on the marked paths. Comfortable shoes are important because the stairs can be steep and uneven. Moving carefully helps protect both visitors and the site. Touching or damaging the rocks and the Goa walls should be avoided. Writing, drawing, or leaving marks is not allowed. These actions can damage the site and its meaning. At the heart of Goa Selarong, there are two main Goa. They are known as Goa Kakung and Goa Putri. Both Goa are simple and shaped. They are not large or deep. There are no decorations or special structures. Goa Kakung and Goa Putri stand close to each other, but each has its own character. The openings face the quiet surroundings. Light enters softly from the outside. These Goa do not impress to size or beautiful. They impress to atmosphere. Goa Selarong teaches us that history does not always happen in the grand buildings. Sometimes it begins in quiet places, hidden places. And the story begins with a man whose names would later become a part of history. To understand the true meaning of Goa Selarong, we must return to the early 19th century. This was a time when Java was under strong Dutch colonial control. During this period, the Dutch colonial government had deep influence over many parts of daily life. They controlled land ownership, they controlled heavy taxes, they interfered in local traditions and royal affairs. For many Javanese people, life became increasingly difficult. Farmers struggled to keep their land, villagers felt pressure from new rules and unfair systems. Among this growing tension, one figure began to stand out. His name was Prince Diponegoro. Prince Diponegoro was born in 1785 into the royal family of Yogyakarta. Although he was a prince, he chose not to live a life of luxury. He preferred a simple life, close to religion and moral values. He spent much of his time studying religious texts, praying, and reflecting. Because of this, many people respected him not only as a nobleman, but also as a spiritual leader. As Dutch control grew stronger, Prince Diponegoro became increasingly concerned. He saw how foreign power interfered with Javanese culture and belief. He believed this was not only a political problem, but also a moral one. Tension continued to rise. Finally, in 1825, open conflict began. This conflict later became known as the Java War. Prince Diponegoro emerged as the leader of this resistance. People followed him because they trusted his character. Farmers, villagers, and religious leaders joined the movement. The Java War spread quickly across many regions in Java. It became one of the largest and most difficult conflicts faced by the Dutch in the region. During this time, Prince Diponegoro needed places that were safe and hidden, places where plans could be made, places where leaders could meet. Inside the area were two important goa. The first was Goa Kakung. Goa Kakung was used by Prince Diponegoro himself. The space inside was narrow and dark. Light entered only from the front opening. This goa was not meant for comfort. It was a place of silence and focus. Inside Goa Kakung, Prince Diponegoro spent time alone. He prayed, he reflected, he prepared his mind before making important decisions. For him, resistance was not only about fighting, it was also about belief and spiritual strength. Not far from Goa Kakung stood Goa Putri. Goa Putri was used by Prince Diponegoro's wife and female followers. The space inside felt slightly wider and more open. It provided safety and rest. Goa Putri reminds us that women also played important roles during the resistance. They supported the movement quietly. They helped with preparation, communication, and daily needs. Their contribution was not always seen, but it was essential. The separation between Goa Kakung and Goa Putri reflect the social value of the time. It also showed that the resistance was organized carefully and respectfully. Together, Goa Kakung and Goa Putri formed a small but meaningful base. From these simple spaces, plans were made, messages were shared, and hope was kept alive. The Java War continued for 5 long years, from 1825 to 1830. The conflict caused great losses on both sides. Dead soldiers faced constant attacks and strong resistance. Many resources were spent. Control over the land became difficult. To respond, the Dutch introduced a new strategy. They built many forts across Java. The strategy slowly limited the movement of Diponegoro's forces. Over time, the resistance became harder to maintain. In 1830, Prince Diponegoro was invited to a meeting. The meeting was said to be peaceful. However, it was a trap. During this meeting, Prince Diponegoro was arrested by the Dutch. With his capture, the Java War slowly came to an end. Prince Diponegoro was sent far away from Java. He spent the rest of his life in exile. Although the war ended, the story did not disappear. Prince Diponegoro became a symbol of resistance and courage. His struggle inspired future generations. Goa Selarong remained behind, quiet and unchanged, but its role in history was already written. Today, Goa Selarong stands as a silent witness. It reminds us of a time when resistance was planned in hidden places, when belief and determination shaped the course of history.